Okay, let's get this started real quick. Okay, adventurer, do honor me with your company for a moment. Yes, yes, let us speak for a while. We have absolute godsend to our order. A savior, a saint, a godsend. Our burrow has been overflowing with ore since you arrived. Yes, yes, full to the brim. At this pace of moon from now, we may be speaking to, dare I dream, 788th Order Pikmin Gigu. We shall be the butt of Cobalt Society no more. No, no, never again. Keep up the diligent work, adventurer. Can a Cobalt get any more pathetic? Maybe if you got your ass off in helplines for once, you could dream a little bigger. But surely you know the old Cobalt saying, yes, yes, slow and steady. Bah, enough of your blabbering. Lions, you must come with me and quickly. Why, you say? I'll tell you why. Camp Overlook is under attack by the nastiest horde of kobolds I've ever laid eyes on. And that's the least of it. Whereas they got some newfangled weapon that's got Commander Boyden and his men tearing their beards out. I'm off to join the defense. We can count on you as well, aye, Lions? Kobold attack. How terrifying. Frightful, horrifying, terrifying. What is it that angers him so? Yes, yes, I wonder. Alright, just gonna do a quick short stream before work. I've already done daily quests, the daily beast tribe stuff, and the leveling, so we don't have to watch that. There you are, Lions. I drove the buggers off, but I fear the damage has already been done. Saw the kobold's new weapon with my own eyes, I did. A right ferocious breed of bomb that could blow a good-sized vessel out of the water. The sheer hate the beastman's eyes got me wondering, do you reckon this is somehow our fault, Lions? No sooner do we start lending our strength to Gigu and this sorry lot than Camp Overlook suffered its worst kobold assault in years. I call it Mariner's intuition, but I wager a pirate's booty that Zoga is at the helm of all this. I must remain behind and tend to my comrades. I ask you, Lions, return to Gigu and see if my suspicions are true. Great losses your camp suffered. That is a pity, a shame, a crime, a pity. Good thing it was not us. Yes, yes, we are lucky indeed. A secret new weapon. Such rumors have come our way before. Yes, yes. One of our acolytes overheard Zuga speaking of such a thing. You should seek him out. Yes, yes, you must speak with Bago. But I warn you, he is an odd one. Curious, eccentric, odd. Bago has been awaiting you, expecting, anticipating, awaiting. Zuga's furnace is firing, so you seek Bugo's aid. Yes, yes, you do. Zuga's furnace splits bomb out with prodigious power. Brilliant bombs, breathtaking, beautiful, brilliant. And Bugo is an old friend of Zuga. Yes, yes, old friends we are. But Bugo will help you. Yes, yes, he will. Why? Because Bago enjoys nothing more than watching things go kaboom, kablam, kapow, kaboom. Bago knows a way to 13 Orders Workshop deep in the bowels of Ogumaro. Yes, yes. Bago knows of a hidden passage, secret, secluded, hidden. The passage is guarded closely, guarded night and day. Yet Bago has friends in high places. Yes, yes, he does. Bago will gather his lovelies, his beautifuls, his dears, his lovelies. You'll go ahead to the Northern Iron Lake and seek out one Gazi. Yes, yes, you will. Alright. Easy enough. Shush. Last time someone spoke with Zoka, and from his beauty rest, he had Defender mined an entire ore vein with his fingernails. Eunice wouldn't want that to happen. Nuh-uh, nuh-uh. Baco told me to expect Eunice. Zoka's workshop is on the other side of this exhaust pipe. Eunice, go quickly and quietly, silently, soundly, quietly, that sort of thing. Tell no one I've opened the door. You listening? Bago has come, and his love is with him. Yes, yes, we have arrived, and yet what is this? Bago hears Zoga's lackey scurrying about. Bago's lovelies are trembling in fear, shivering, shaking, trembling. This will not do. No, no, it will not. Must see to Zoga's men before we have our fun. Yes, yes, you must. Alright, so what am I doing? Are you ready, my lovelies? Yes, yes, you are. Take them and gently place them in the furnace. Sweetly, tenderly, gently. And stand back quickly. Yes, with haste. Ah, nothing like the smell of burnt-out furnace in the morning. Was it the evening? Does it even matter? No, no, it does not. Bogo cannot bear to be parted with his lovelies any longer. His heart weeps, cries, sobs, weeps. Yes, yes, we must leave as we came. The way to the furnace. Bago will return to his lovelies. Yes, yes, he will. My ears to believe adventure. Zoga's furnace sputters, frizzles, smokes, sputters. This is yours and Bago's doing? Yes, yes, it is. Brilliant work, Lions. With the source of ammunition knocked out of commission, I reckon the 13th Order won't be coming back to wreak havoc on Camp Overlook anytime soon. We've only begun to fight. I will not rest until Zoga and his lickspittles have been driven from Umagomoro entirely. Who's with me? Kiku, have you gone mad? Balmy, mad? Bibi? What a lovely surprise, a pleasure, a delight, a surprise. Huh? Who's this now? My beloved Bibi, how I've long yearned, pined, longed to look upon your delicate whiskers, your dainty paws. Gigu, you and your friends sabotaged Zoga's prize furnace, yes? You cannot fool me, I could see it in your eyes. Aye, the girl's a sharp one. Zoga's on a rampage, a fury, a frenzy, a rampage. Says he'll find the culprit and lose him into a vat of acid. He'll kill you, Zoga. Yes, yes, he will. But I'm too young to die. Yes, yes, I am. You must abandon this madness and flee this place. Run, take flight, flee. Yes, yes, I think I will. It's nice knowing you all. Goodbye, good luck, farewell. Are you out of your blood and mind? If you've come this far, you're just going to leave your comrades behind? Take one cowardly step and I'll skew you where you stand. Yes, yes, of course, I will stand to do battle. Clash, brawl, battle. You've not changed one bit, Gigu. No, no, you're as weak and wishy-washy as ever. Can you not make up your own mind? You are right, Bibi. Yes, yes, you are. I will fight and then run. No, no, run and then fight? I've seen enough of this. Yes, yes, I'm through with you. Do what you want, do it alone. Abandoned, unaccompanied, alone. Wait, Bibi. No, no, you must not go. Oh dear, I'm in trouble now. Alright, so that's good. We can go over to Camp Drybone. I want to finish up some quests over there real quick. A gift for Illud, of course. Does not take Thal to see the good in him. It warms my heart that Brother Baron would go to such trouble. Thank you both for your efforts. Be silent, take my gill. Pray forgive my outburst, good sir. It is only that I owe Father Illud my life and the opportunity to give him something, no matter how small, sets my spire at fire. Greensline, Brother Bear said you might be coming by. A gift for Father Illud, he says. There you go. The good father must be a man much beloved for the weight of these sacks. I have given matters much thought. An assignment of high-quality spices arrived just this day. May have cinnamon cookies would suit. I've received many a kind word from customers about my cookies, if I may say so. I've also observed the good father linger at my store whenever a fresh batch was to be smelt coming out of the oven. But only the times he spent his gills on cookies and cakes was for the children of lost hope. Okay, so I have a couple other quests, but I can't do them to 41, so we'll hold off on that. Good morning to you, Lions. What brings you to this place? Cinnamon cookies by Thal. A gift, you say? From Brother Braren, Brother Esmore, and Sister Zuzuru. How kind they are. I could tell them there was no need, but our order teaches us to see the need despite the neediest disavowals. I shall thank them from my heart. I had a son, though his happy marriage, a daughter. Well matched they were, and well met. Their house smelt of good things like this. There was always an open peg for my cloak and tall glass of mint tea. When they died, Was Father Illud pleased? Oh, that is good. I believe it does the heart good to give words to his sorrows. That is what we tell the bereaved of the Lichards. The grief must be both shrieked and spoken. I had heard that Father Elud had suffered great loss in a calamity, yet his heart grows as large as a palace. Scores dwell here in the haven he makes of it, but that someday I was a half a man he is. Okay. Quite a few quests over here that I'm gonna pick up. I think the only ones I can't do are like zombies or people too, and owl that stings. I'll try to do the rest of them. You there. You have the smell of a resourceful drink of water. Help me with one of the young ones, will you? I speak of a novice ranger by the name of... Yeah, I'm not even gonna try that. One of our most promising. I sent her southwest to hunt anglers, and she is rather long in returning. She'd be back by now, even if she killed one, dressed it, and made a saddle out of it. As young as a huntress as she is, I suspect she tripped over her own tail and has made the right mess of things. But as this is something she ought to do on her own, I fear sending one of our own of the tribe to help her is out of the question. You, on the other hand, are a different story. Okay, so I can't... Not gonna do that one yet. I wouldn't spend too much time with Utka adventure. His strain of foolish cheer can be catching, and I found it wise to never be too happy. Happiness begin regrets, complacency. It's only through discontentment that one rises to become more. This is the issue which one of us will lead the next of our tribe. Unlike Utka, the matter of who becomes the next known is one I take most seriously. Each of us represents a distinct vision of what lies ahead. You see, I'm fascinated with the future. We cannot create it, but we can prepare for it. We can profit from it, or we can perish by it. I need you to speak with the immigrants, for they see Forgotten Springs through the eyes of opportunity, not loyalty. Never did understand why there were so few bunks here. You see the miners pitching tits down at Belgrad's strike. You think they'd want to be holed up there? Of course not. It's just they couldn't find an inn where hereabouts that weren't filled up. Full-scale Malta attack would breach the defenses here within a day. With the lizardmen making so free of Zanrak of late, it'd be for good of all if the immortal flames bolstered the outposts here in Forgotten Springs. I say more trade, fewer hindrances. Forgotten Springs is ideally situated by be a waypoint for trade routes along the desert. If the known would think to woo us merchants instead of outright rejecting us. And then finally I have another quest over here. I was all set to open up shop in Forgotten Springs. Would have been glorious. Amazing location, a string of customers lined up, the bevy of beauties about. But the known of the tribe, Undo no, up and forbade it just like that. And now, in the way I understand it, okay, yay, bots, that's fun. Do you kill and gather most of their foods? I don't need what I'm offering, but surely the known has to see there's more to this oasis than his own tribe. Prospectors, adventurers, flames, we don't have to live or eat as they do. But there I go again, getting on my soapbox. I might as well talk to you about something you can help with. Can you take this passage to Belgrad's strike and get a fellow named Odine? Fascinating adventure, very fascinating. They speak much truth to you, these immigrants. You are my ears on the street. All the voices cry out for Forgotten Springs to open its gate. Our tribe is to prosper. We must enjoy the coin and protection of immigrants and outlanders. When I am known, the old ways will have to give way to the new. The law is clear. To become known of the U tribe, one must defeat the current known. In any case, that means unknown. However, in order to win the right to challenge, I must first triumph over Utka, who stands in my way, and I in his. In this matter, the Nona is protected by a constant challenge. But to defeat My arms must be impeccable. Fool he may be, but weak he is not. I should make new arrowheads. For that I need barbs from the Yarzon. Half a dozen should be enough. I'm sorry. Well, not to you. I'm sorry I failed so miserably. Utka gave me this mission himself, and he's sure to be the next month on the tribe, and I dishonored the name of the U. I could crop my tail up as penance, but I have to redeem myself. I have to do something different. Again. I'm trying so hard. Med adventure. A package came from Minotaur Mom, did you? Thank you most kindly. The mall's a pokey kind of place. Small as Dickens and all matters are isolated to boot. Makes it tough to get up there and give Rendesu the custom he's due. Write shame about the Gnome's decision. A store in the Springs would be a bit of kindness. Just a crying shame. And the worst part is there's no changing the old Mikote's mind. Also on account of the fact that he hasn't one. See all this excavation knowledge of the Omegan Sun's mineral concern, put to use uncovering the remains of the Allagan Empire. Mine knowledge here, not ore. That sounds ground, but it is, but most of the time it's usually spent mothering this equipment, on account of the sand getting in the worst of places. Damn stuff is everywhere. Which brings me to you, naturally. You showing up here is a godsend, and who am I to refuse the gods? Could you remove 3 piles of sand right over there? Be careful to go about it, though. Some smoke bombs have burrowed into them, and none too friendly. was wonderful adventure. Those piles are growing larger by the day, and I can't tell you how little I wanted to clean them up myself. Speaking of things I have no interest in doing, I'm sure you noticed by now the glut of smoke bombs surrounding the site. Well, they're not here by chance. They're here on account of the equipment. The machines run bloody hot, and heat draws the bombs in. Every time that happens, we need to shut everything down or else risk them exploding on the lot of us. We'd appreciate if you take care of 4 of the pesky devils. Yay! Job of a voiceless protagonist is never done. Let's go over here. What else can I do? He's going for that. Null and by Thal, freedom from distractions at last. Thanks to you, I might be able to spend more time than a minute focusing on the dig. Only beats an extra pair of hands around. Okay, you're done? Cool. Took it hard, did she? She should. She's bringing up the rear in this crop of novices. This was the game of Ifrit. Take the hidemost. She'd be in the she on fire right now. The reckless always have to take it the hard way. They fall until they succeed or get themselves killed. To tell the truth, I'm exactly like her once, down to the earnestness. Ah, familiar scent. Like the way you handled yourself last time. Would you mind helping me handing in the desert once more? You remember Okazuna, don't you? I have her where she needs to be, out hunting the Amalja in the eastern Saguli desert, humbled and petulant, and have no idea how to gather her wits or her skills. Kindling is laid, all it needs is a spark. Go east and dispatch 3 Amalja before Okazuna's eyes. Harden that heart of hers, so weighed down already by shame and pique, and then with a deft psyche, strike upon that flint. Because in barbs, have you fetched them? Yes, I do. There you go. My appreciation adventure. Maybe surprised by what targets these find. That you should see the forgotten. Note what you see at Forgotten Springs this day. The old ways are going, and quickly as arrows do fly. Oh, got another one over here. Have I got a job for you, adventure? You'll be positively perfect. You can look dangerous, can't you? My sisters and I like to bathe here after a hunt, but lately there have been oglers about. I've leapt out of the water to chase them off, but they only seems to swell their ranks. Will you chase them down and show them how furious I am? Furious. Can't say as though I meant to offend you, sir. No, well, I'll be going. Oh my goodness. Oh, you pervs. Oh my lord, I must have been tested and found most wanting. So easily was I blinded, tussled, and enfeebled. Must rise above these base impulses if I'm out to do anything. What? I said I like the trees. It's not like I'm only here for the girls. Oh my goodness, why are you so... Whoa there, I'll never peep. I swear by the 12's God, I see that look of fury and nightmares. Oh no, no need to get angry. I was just measuring these trees. Yes, these trees. Rather odd looking, eh? Only doing my bit for science. I'm sorry, sir. No need to get angry. You know, I have a problem, alright? I was working it out with my mommy. Oh, marvelous. Not an ugly sight. You have my gratitude, adventure. And though having a good look at you, I suppose I wouldn't mind if you stole a peek now and then. All these are part of the fate, aren't they? Fuck, they are. That's annoying. Are any of these... Okay, I have some over here. That works. Ah, adventure, I bore witness to your deeds. You are amazing. I felt as though I was in a daze, but now I'm fully aroused. I shall need time to consider your actions to say farewell. Well done and thank you, adventurer. I'm afraid someone may have wrecked our efforts. That double-dyed fooled Okaba saw fit to give her another one of his lectures as soon as she rode back in. The man is such a fool. These scalding ways have cost us more novices than the desert and the beastmen combined. Okaba had his little love for anyone but himself. Oh, there's another. I thought we were going to be done. So it's you, been working together with Okaya and his schemes. I've heard, I suppose. I could hardly expect an adventurer to be loyal, but I can't expect you to stay out of U-Tribe affairs, especially when concerned the training of young rangers. The fact that Okazuna has been naught but a disgrace to us is no excuse for your interference. No matter what Utka may believe, for the nonce I have dispatched her to Minotaur Mom, that she might reflect on her many flaws in solitude. But that will accomplish nothing by itself. The problem must be fixed at source, like his foolish methods. Since you've gotten close to the man, perhaps you'd be so kind to tell him to refrain from corrupting other impressionable novices? What's all this? Ukuba expects me to stay away from teaching our young ones. His foolish notion truly knows no bounds. A true instructor does more than simply criticize his fellows when they fall. Continue to worry about how Okazuna fares following the repeated rebukes he has received from the onion-eyed troll. Who knows what damage he'll wrought. Please, adventure, seek her out so that we might determine her mental state. It's good to see you again. What's that? You're wondering how I'm doing? I'm fine. Don't worry yourself on my account. Everything I need. Mostly, here's one thing you can do for me. I need 3 anglers, alive and enfeebled. I believe that sufficiently weakened. They can be caught with simple sacks. Would you do that for this favor? Yeah, I could do that. Quick. Catch 3 anglers in the sacks. I'd appreciate it. Yep, there you go. Have fun. This should do nicely. I switched to archery, you see, but I thought that anglers I might slowed. Make fine practice targets. It's interesting. I wouldn't have dreamed of picking up the bow before, but some things could become clear to me after the Amalja hunt. When I returned from it, I spoke with Akuba. He suggested I might be more suited to fighting at range. It was he who showed me how to shoot, and he gave me these arrows, the heads of the Yozin bar. Fortunate to have both Yakub and our Ankuba and Taka watching over me. We're a tribe, and I'll take from others I wish to give back someday. That is what I train for now, not to win praise or escape rebuke. Different though they may be, either should make a worthy known. Don't think I've grown too wise, though. Believe me, I still get a thrill and a half from putting arrows to those slimy monstrosities. You have found Okazuna well, you say, and she's become an archer? Why, that's brilliant. I can't believe I didn't think of it myself. Those jars and barbed arrowheads. Yakahuba spent hours sharpening those. Oh, well, I hate to admit it, but he is a better man than I give him credit for. Still, he shall receive no quarter from me. I intend to lead this tribe, and it'll be easier to beat him bloody if I can keep my dislikes of him intact. Okay, so the completionist to me is feeling a little bit better now that I've cleared more quests out. I still got a couple that I can't do at the moment, but that's fine. Might as well actually do the namesake of the stream. Come over here, Duty Finder. Okay, so what else can we do when we're doing that? I know what I can do. I gotta start getting Pugilist ready. So we're gonna go to Ulda. No, not ready now, but I can wait on this. Like... step away for just a quick second. We got... Okay, so now we're 14 with that. We got to queue up for Ramu again, because it popped as soon as I need to step away, which is... This game knows. This game knows when you're going to step away, and it's the most annoying thing in the world. Let's see. I still need to work on Pugilist, because I think I need to get 2 more levels for that, right? Yeah, it needs to be 16, but you know what? We're fine. We're gonna do instead Yale Force. Let's go get that done. Okay, so now we have the extreme fight, which I'm not sure I actually want to queue up for extreme fights. I do need to get them done, but it's kind of not a good idea to do extremes. Do Duty Finder? There we are. It's actually been... Oh, shit. I actually kind of forget what I have to do. I know there's something important here. No, get away! Okay, I think I see. If you get Terror, you have to hit by one of the guys with the rings. Or else you just basically become useless. No. Uh-oh. That's gonna hurt. I just don't know what the hell's going on in this fight. It's been forever since I've done it. I have to do... Is it one of these? Okay, so there's something there that if I grabbed onto that, I get surge protection.
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light. And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine. Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one. In witnessing thy struggle, a truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Assyrians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
Alright, another primal down. So, now I need to go... Probably be faster just to teleport there and then walk over there. Because otherwise I'm going to have to navigate all of this, which I don't really want to do. Lions, you've returned. Did I ask how Ramuel received your visit? He challenged you to a test of arms. As well then, you have some experience in such matters. People of Gridania and Little Solstice are relieved to hear that the Lord of Levin has accepted you as Forest Champion of Peace. You performed a monumental duty this day, Lions. Now the seats here must be informed of your deeds at once. The other seats here will wish to hear of your experience firsthand. Play return to Gridania and make directly for the Lotus Stand. The conjurer at Nanafika's altar will be expecting you. Fare you well, Lions. Okay, so we just gotta go to Gridania. I'm trying to knock out a bit of the plot today. Welcome home, honored scion. We who know of your mission have been most anxious to see you return. The other seats here await you within.
You are returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramu ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell? Ramu made trial of you? I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without. It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartano, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one. Yet I fear that dream is still far off. On behalf of the people of Gridania and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done. Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth. Lord Ramu has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
Thus ends another daunting mission, Alliance. I'd hope Lord Ramu can be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless, I can only admire the adroitness in which you responded to the Primal Sudden Challenge. It would seem that Oriange too was pleased with the outcome. What say you, Alliance? Shall we gather back at the Rising Stones and ponder the lesson of the day? Oh my goodness, can I please click on the crystal? Oh my goodness! Oh, you're annoying. There. Oh, okay, that's something about dying, but I thought I already had dies. Welcome back, Lions. Words of your momentous encounter with Lord Ramu precedes you. I would fain share news of my own, but Oriange's discoveries must take precedence. Upon witnessing the defeat of Laura of Levin, our learned companion was struck with a profound insight regarding the nature of the Ascian's immortality. So assemble and discuss his observations together.
If everyone is ready, let us begin. Urianger, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the Waking Sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Urianger and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence. In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior. Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm. In turn, the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape. Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits, should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth the distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan. If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection,
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
The Lord of Levin is returned to the ether, as was the Leviathan before him. Ramu's acquiescence was most intriguing. Inferno, Vortex, Crag, Whirl, and Levin all now have been humbled by the Bringer of Light. That limitless potential of man, idle and server, grows mightier by the day. And yet he prospers at great cost to his mistress, whose strength is all too finite. 7 times has the masses survived the rejoining, but their souls are grown weak and wane. Yet even as it enervates, the ARR empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted to forge the final key. And that is a task to which we bend our every effort. Divine seeds are ever wont to quicken in Eorzea's fertile soil. We need only lead men to the field, and by their eager hand shall a new deity arise. That which has shattered shall be made anew, and one true God shall come again. Now the matters of Ramu has for the present been put to rest, there is something I would want to show you, Lions. It is a letter of thanks signed by the leaders of the Eosian Alliance, acknowledging the Scion's tireless effort to the realm. It mentions in particular the names of all the defeated primals: Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, Good King Mughal the XII, Leviathan, and now Ramu. Needless to say, there is one more among our numbers to have faced them all. And though those words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I fear they were meant for you above all others. I too must offer my heartfelt thanks for all that you have done. In the course of my duties, you have never once failed to answer my call to arms. You are a true hero, Lions, and Eorzea is all that much safer for your presence. Pray do not misunderstand me. I said safer, not safe. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guard. The Ascians may be relied upon to sow chaos in the realm until such time as they are forced to stop. Why, even without their encouragement, you may be assured that man would foment strife on his own, and that is to say nothing of the beast tribes. Unless we learn to live in harmony, the primals too will return to plague us again and again and again. And yet, despite all this, your deeds serve to inspire the people, to give them hope for a better tomorrow. There is no greater gift. That we have the courage to strive for what might otherwise seem an impossible peace. We owe no small part for the dangers you faced on our behalf, and the people you have won over to our cause in so doing. Our list of enemies have been long, but to think of the allies from whom we are now blessed. Of the beastmen who wish naught but conflict, and who now call you friend. Of the Alamegans and the Domans who stand with us, determined to halt the dread march of the Empire. And then there are the many unsung individuals who gathered here in Remnant's Toll, honest men and women who seek to employ their skills for the good of all. Of course, when speaking of our greatest allies, we must not forget those closest to us, by which I mean our fellow Scions. Thanks to their many and varied talents, our order is uniquely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruption of the Ascians, and combat it we shall. Your enthusiasm is truly heartwarming at Descendant. Given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I trust I will not inconvenience you unduly if I absent myself for a time. Alpha Node, I take it the troubles in Ul'dah no longer require your attention. There are yet some rumblings of discontent, but the air is simmering violence is largely dissipated. Tis to report such that I stand before you now. That, and to speak with you concerning the new organization we discussed. I have a message from you recall the refugee girl? Those whose parents were missing? They were found unharmed. She wished me to pass on her thanks to you. My Alpha Node, am I to understand you made an effort to remember the poor girl's name? I look forward to reading all about her in your report. I do hope you left nothing out. Lions, you've been away from Remnant's Toll for some time now, I believe. I suggest you put the affairs of the realm to one side for a moment and take this opportunity to reacquaint yourself with the town. Which reminds me, one of the Dolmen children recently inquired as to your whereabouts. Yozin was his name. I believe he has some small matter he wishes to share with you. Why not oblige him with a visit?
Why don't you go do willer working for 12 hours?
Hey, you've earned yourself a rest. Why don't you go do other shit? That's basically our entire character. Look, it's Mr. Lyons. He's back from his adventures. We heard you were out fighting primals and that some of the strongest enemies you could ever face. Wish I could have seen you in battle. Anyway, we all want to be heroes too, so we finally founded our own Doman Adventures Guild to protect all the Domans. Do you think you could train us today, Mr. Lyons? Maybe you could show us how you fought the primals. What's all this commotion then? Mr. Boulder and Mr. Holinet? Did you know Mr. Lyons is back? So it would seem. Welcome home, Lyons. My companion and I have recently become full members of the Scions. I believe proper introductions have yet to be made. I am known as Hoary Boulder, and this bookish fellow is Colladent. Though we remain largely unproven as adventurers, we've taken upon ourselves to instruct the Doman younglings in the art of combat. I told you, Mr. Boulder, we are not younglings anymore, we are adventurers. And we were just asking Mr. Lyons if he could give us some special training. I think we're ready to hunt monsters alongside him, don't you? Well, you've certainly been diligent with your drills, but I'm afraid the fiends of Mordona were ever so slightly too dangerous for you. I have a counter-proposal. What if I were to cross swords with Lyons? A demonstration of skill at arms, if you will. Hori, if I didn't know better, and I do, I'd say you're merely seeking to test yourself against the legend. Well, mayhaps I am. But what matters the motive when the children stand to learn so much from the lesson? What say you, Lyons? Will you consent to spar with me? Hurrah! We're to have a tournament. Come on, everyone. Let's prepare our gear for an outing. Do try not to disappoint them, men. Have faith, Colinet. I shall summon every ounce of my strength to make this a worthy contest. The fields to the east of town will prove suitable for our purpose. Very much look forward to our bout. Okay, I believe this is where Alpha Node starts getting the idea of the Crystal Braves. Oh yeah, I'm not even close. I still have a shit ton of stuff to do. All right. 'Twas good of you to agree to this, Lyons. I trust you are ready to begin? Yeah, might as well. Very well. Let's not keep the younglings waiting any longer. Hori, are you certain you wish to fight him alone? This is Lyons you face. What better way to test my mettle? Pray allow me to attempt the first round unaided. After all, 'twas this hero's legend that led me to join the Science to begin with. Without Lyons to inspire my efforts, I'd not even have the warrior I am today. Your point is well made, but remember, this is for the children's sake as well as your own. Should it appear the contest will end too swiftly, I shall add my spells to your blade work. Hello, you haven't begun yet, have you? Yeah. What? Who are all these people? When I heard about this your sparring match, I told everyone I could find, though you could use a crowd to cheer you on. Yes, and there are still more to come. When I mentioned Lyons' name, the reaction was quite enthusiastic. While my own popularity seemed a sickly shade in comparison. You best claim victory, bringer of light. Your burgeoning reputation is at stake. Well, our teacher won't be beaten so easily. He's a master swordsman. You can win, Mr. Boulder. We shall soon see. On your guard. I don't know why I'm trying to go into him. I am not a melee class. And he's already down. Yay, we win. Fuck you. Oh, you're back up. You've bested me. I yield. That's right, that's what you get for stepping up to the Warrior of Light. It was incredible, you beat them both at the same time. We knew you couldn't lose, Lions. None could defeat the Guardian of Eorzea. Now I see why they send you to deal with the Primals. Much work to do if I'm ever to attempt the same. Impressive as always, Lion. It is ever a pleasure to witness the spectacle of your martial prowess. And judging by the smiles on these many faces, they too appreciate the hard-won strength that keeps the perils of the realm at bay. Guardian of Eorzea. Yes, that is the most fitting title. Do you recall when we first met? It was at the memorial service of the Battle of Cartno. At the time, I was attempting to understand this land of Eorzea. I sought to grasp the reason my grandfather willingly sacrificed himself to protect it. I shall speak plainly. My initial impressions were less than favorable. Dire problems abound, and yet the efforts I saw expended towards solution was haphazard and half-hearted. I thought the Eorzeans were a foolish and childish people. Considering the shambles their home was in, I would not have been surprised if some had chosen to swear allegiance to Gaius in the order he proposed to enforce. The legate's single-minded military invasion precluded any such switching of royalties, of course. Were it not for the desire to continue grandfather's legacy, I would have abandoned the realm to a fate long ago. The threats were too many, the nation too self-involved and unstable. 'Twas you who convinced me the salvation of Eorzea was possible. 'Twas you who taught me, through countless acts of bravery, that what my grandsire sought to preserve was not the land, nor its history, nor any single nation. It was the people, these wonderful, oft infuriating, stubborn people that suffer blow after terrible blow, only to drag themselves back to their feet to face another day. Though we never put such feelings into words, I believe for grandfather's admiration for this inextinguishable courage grew into a fervent wish to aid Eorzea and its inhabitants into charting a course for the future. A wish that he has now become my own. I too will endeavor to take the mantle of Guardian of Eorzea and champion these people who toil on towards a better world. Of course, our cause is not a simple one. The troubles that plague us are of a scale that cannot be solved by the signs of the Seventh Dawn alone. No, what is needed to tackle the root of the primal threat and effectively counter the schemes of the Ascians is a new, expanded organization that operates beyond the limitations of nations and borders. If you would aid me in building such an organization, then pray let us continue the discussion back within the walls of the Rising Stones. Thank you for coming, Lions. The world shifts and alters, and we, my friend, must ever be one step ahead of the chaos. What I propose is the formation of a new organization, a group that shall pave the way for a truly united Eorzea. Pray forgive me if I tread over old ground, but I speak of a new grand plan. Since the advent of the seventh astral era, the leaders of the three nations have been deliberating over an accord that seeks to bring the disparate forces of Eorzea together into a single entity. A realm-wide grand company, if you will. The military might of such an institution would be drawn from every corner of the land, directed against the threats that no single nation could hope to overcome alone. While the purpose of this hypothetical organization is undisputed, the logistics of its formation have become the source of endless debate. And the longer these discussions continue, the more I sense the impetus towards unification draining away. Thus, if I've been campaigning for the creation of what might be considered a trial company, it will be on a much smaller scale than we hope to eventually achieve, but capable of the same manner of unrestricted operation according to the science. It is my hope that the successful utilization of such a force will lend momentum to the lacking deliberations. Also, being a primary military outfit, I mean to assuage fears of its misuse by placing the fledgling organization under the authority of the Antecedent. The Scions work tirelessly to protect the Eorzea and its people. But as you yourself have witnessed, while the refugees revolt, there are limitations to what we can achieve. With this new company under the Science Command, however, we will be capable of responding to a wider range of difficulties without straining our resources and overtaxing our formidable talents. The goal of my proposed organization and those of the Science are ultimately identical, a point conceded by all concerned. Before I can move forward with establishing this precursor to the true border-spanning grand company, it is yet necessary that I visit the three leaders and gain their official approval. A tiresome and time-consuming task, which is why I ask that you accompany me on the journey and attend to the business of recruiting inaugural members while I am otherwise engaged in bureaucratic formalities. Thank you. It is reassuring indeed to know that the bringer of light and his discerning eye will be selecting our future allies. Our first destination is Limsa Lamensa. Let us rendezvous at the Bulwark Hall. Okay, my completionist is freaking out right now because this is like the one area of the game I still haven't touched. That's fine. We'll do those when we start leveling up the classes in this area. Okay, Alpha Node, what do you want? Oh, there you are. I'm ready to ascend to the bridge and speak with the Admiral What's-Her-Face. While the Admiral and I are finalizing permissionary boundaries and signing parchments, I would have you begin the recruitment process in earnest. I have, of course, endeavored to spread the word of our organization through various channels, and I believe a personal approach will reach many who may otherwise remain ignorant of the opportunity. As for potential members, 'tis no matter where should they already be pledged to another institution, only if they are willing to lend their strength when the situation demands it. We range into the countryside. The upper deck alone are populated with sufficient candidates to suit our purpose. Once you're satisfied with the recruiting efforts, you meet the airship ticket counter and we may prepare for the next leg of our journey. Okay, so... Oh, pretty sure that's all on the other side, right? So I gotta go up. An organization with the free to operate with territorial impunity? I must say your proposal intrigues me. But the Krakens know well there's a time to act and a time to watch, and I'm afraid this trial company of yours falls in the latter category. Right, I've never had to come out here, so I never picked this up. Master Alphanote's newest organization. Yes, I've heard the formation of a trial company was in the offering. It says with regret, however, I must decline your invitation. Commander of the Yellow Jackets, the protection of Linsel Elemental must needs receive my full attention. Where am I going? I gotta go culinary in one. Who in the bloody hell do you think you're talking to, Drylander? I'm a pirate, not some sullen knight in shining plate. If you're looking for self-righteous tops, try knocking on the Dante Cavallin's door. Yeah, but he turned us down too. Everyone's turning us down. Poor Alphanote's not gonna have any recruits. Our curse is the United Eorzean Grand Company. While I do admire the scope of your ambition, my responsibility here at Neldrix and Vamil's keeps me to the forge. Not the time for transpiring hither and yon across the realm. Should require skills. I know. I can't speak these words. They're all speaking bullshit. I have not the time to be traipsing hither and yon across the realm. Should you require my skills in armor, however, I'd be willing to accept some special commissions. You know I can't read, okay? Some of it's made up, some of it's not. I promise. Not my fault that nobody in this game can speak normal. Oriange. No, not even just the Beast Tribes. They're what Oriange. He's the guy who speaks in like old English. Like, it's terrible listening to him talk. What if isn't lions? I'd not forget an adventure brave enough or daft enough to seek the shortcut to Titan's bedchamber. Remember old Royal, do you? Formerly of the Company of Heroes, 3 whistles at Bronze Lake. It ain't often I drag me ass out to Limsa for a drink, but I'm glad I did. How far are you these days? You're looking to put together a new crew. Top tier work. Sounds like a right lark it does. Alright lad, count me in. The heroes may have begun their separate ways, but I ain't ready to climb into my grave just yet. Okay, we got one guy. Oh, I have to go to the airship landing. Here, I'm in the wrong spot. Okay, so there we go. Lions, your recruiting went well, I trust. I am curious to how my proposal was received at the rough and ready folks of Limsa Laminsa. A member of the legendary company of heroes indicated his interest. Astonishing. I knew enlisting your aid was the right choice. If you could boast the acquaintance of such an elusive character. I too was successful at my task. The Admiral consented to sign all the documents requiring her approval. I can only hope that my visit with the Elder Seedseer proceeds as smoothly. Pray continue on to Gridania at your own pace. I shall await your arrival at Nunavka's altar.
They got all the people in the job. Me lunch.
Yeah. I hate your quest, Alpha Note. It's nothing but running around. My audience with the Elder Seedseer is due to commence momentarily. I'd be grateful if you go around to see the task of recruitment here in Gridania. After you deem the well of potential candidates has run dry, let us rendezvous at the airship ticket counter as before. Okay, so they're all in Old Gridania, so that works. Weapons of a feather. What the oh, is that the... Pretty sure that's the... What the fuck are you? Oh, that might be, the level 10 one. Oh. Yeah, no, that's level 10 botany. I'm stupid. Ignore me. Gods, could it truly be you? By what fickle fortune must the first face I see upon my release be yours? Could it be that you don't remember me? It is I, Laurentus, the man whose crimes you exposed. I was a whaler and a regular patron at Bascarin's. Yes. Well, of course you do. I remember I was beginning to wonder if jail changed me more than I realized. Not that I have any particular wish to be recognized after my shameful conduct. The less said about my past, the better, I suppose. But what of you, adventure? What business brings you to this part of Gridania? Recruiting, eh? And what is your policy on reformed convicts? As matters stand, the Wood Whalers will have more to do with me. This may be my best chance as a second, This may be just the second chance I was looking for. Revenant soul, you say? I shall leave for once. You shall not regret this, I promise you. I'm a changed man. you have anything I don't already have? I don't have you. Grandfather, you must come back to call it a day. Let us return to the guild and rest your tormented back. Give up on you for good. I'm terribly sorry. We were just alliance. It's been some time since our paths crossed outside of Copperbell Mines. Why, you were barely more than a novice adventurer then. Did you look how far you come. Mother Mangon tells me that you were felled a fearsome black wolf, and now you seek stout-hearted souls to fill the ranks of your new order. Your cause is undoubtedly just, and my old companion here would much be relieved to see me in good hands. Yes, I'll do it. This is the very thing I spent my entire adventuring career working towards. I shall be joining your company as soon as I've seen Isidore safely home. You would offer this old man a place in your company of champions. I am both puzzled and honored by your invitation. Pray forgive me, young master, but I cannot accept. I've sworn to abide here for whatever scant years remain to me and bear responsibility for the evils my lady has wrought upon this land. Alright. So I have one more person here. I'm probably going to call it here as soon as I speak to this one guy and then do the next part of this next time. Kind of wasted a little bit of time just clearing out side quests, but again, like, the completionist me has to see those done. It is not often a guild officer such as myself gets recruited. This company of yours sounds to have some promise, but its duties appear less than focused. I must refuse your invitation till such a time your organization is more organized. You have anything for me that I can buy? Get a new minion. What news, Lions? For my part, the eldest seed seer is most amenable to our requirements. For a wood whaler and a seasoned adventurer. The company will not lack for variety, that much is certain. Interesting harvest indeed. So we strike into Uldal while the iron is hot. Let us meet the royal promenade and endeavor to conclude our remaining business. Our journey draws to a close. Wulda, the gilded city, was once fortunate to find one's worth. I hope some manner of fortune it is with us, and this Vital Lake proves as successful as the previous two. I suggest ascending to the lower level before beginning your recruitment efforts. I do not think the Sultana will take kindness to poaching her personal guard. See me back at the promenade when your receptive tasks are complete. Good hunting lions. Okay, so all of those... pretty much all over the place again. Alright. We'll start by the Gladiator Guild, because they're right there. Wait, you're the man who came to Little Alamigo looking for a masked devil. Who knows what might have happened if you hadn't. I'd probably be dead, and a whole lot more of my friends besides. We're such fools. And the road that disaster really got me to thinking, how about our homeland and about the outsider who saved us from ourselves? Realized how easily I've been manipulated and vowed to make myself more of a worldly man, so here I am. New company of champions? You say it will take me from all corners of the realm. Sounds exactly like the opportunity I need. Don't worry, I'm not the same stripling that you met in Little Alamigo. Prepare myself to fight the evil I know is out there. Oh, what a happy coincidence. Do you remember me, chance? I'm Orson, of the Church of Saint Adama Ladama. Thank you again for your timely rescue. And I also thank you for preventing the fraudulent priest from preying on Drybone's less fortunate. Most upsetting business. You hear what your companion's thankprint, wasn't it? Ah, 'tis new companions you seek then. Your proposed organization sounds like a powerful force for good. My place is at the church within the children. Nevertheless, I wish you well with this undertaking. Now we head over to the Weavers Guild, and then we'll loop back around over here and go to the markets. I'm sorry, you wish to recruit me? Is this some new-fashioned method of propositioning a lady? I'm afraid you're wasting your time. This lady is already spoken for. Good day to you, sir. You'd be surprised what rumors drift down to the Pearl Lane. I know this glorious new company of yours and just how far I'd go to avoid getting involved with it. Whispers on the streets say your organization is funded by corrupt coin, by syndicate money. If you think your recruitment is for just cause, and you're a bigger fool than I took you for. Company that looks to cure the ills of the entire realm. Listen, friend, I could scarce bear the complaints of the next stall over, let alone the conundrums of a neighboring nation. Alright, let's go over to the Chamber of the Rule, turn this in, and then hopefully this is the last leg of this, because I'm going to call it here. How fared you, Lions? What hidden gems did the streets of Ul'dah offer up to your unrelenting gaze? A single Alamegan youth. Well, you've certainly given us an admirable start, even if our ranks are yet somewhat thin. In these troubled years following the calamity, talk of Eorzea's salvation must seem akin to grasping at clouds. But there are those who have risen to the challenge nonetheless, in the hopes that inspires these people who have borne in no small part from the victories you yourself have won. Thank you, Lions. I will not squander the precious gift you have placed into our keeping. These recruits will become the foundation of a new beginning. And yes, you are free to begin. As you have no doubt surmised, the Sultana have graced my trial company with her blessings. Our first wave of recruitment is over, the documents signed and finances secured. There is naught to prevent me from taking the next step. You were concerned with the syndicate's involvement, as was I. Thus was the origin of every coin of my contribution carefully scrutinized and recorded. This organization will not be built on corruption. Naturally, I would prefer not to rely upon outside sources at all. Even my family's substantial coffers would not sustain an adventure of this magnitude. And as for the rumors and doubts surrounding this enterprise, well, such things shall plague us until the company has had a chance to prove its worth. It will not be an easy process, but we will earn the people's trust one success at a time. Speaking of time, we should waste no more of it. Let us return to the Rising Stones and lay the first stone for United Eorzea.
Tell me, General, what think you of Alfino's bold endeavor?
I think it is more than bold, Your Grace. His organization would pave the way for a united Eorzea. Well do I understand his impatience. Since facing the common threat of the Ultima weapon, our nations have seemed farther apart, not closer together. Considering the many problems we face, should we not be glad that someone else is taking the initiative?
We have all pledged our cooperation, yet the grumbling continues behind closed doors. Ul'dah is not alone in her duplicity. I myself have doubts as to the good this organization will achieve. With the inclusion of the finest soldiers of the 3 grand companies, it promises to be a fearsome military body. But whom will it serve? Even under the watchful gaze of the Scions, it is not unthinkable that such a force could perpetrate a great wrong. Does it not concern you that a significant proportion of its financial backing came from the coffers of the Syndicate? That those unprincipled worms might forge this extraordinary gathering of warriors into a private army?
I have trust in the Scions, Your Grace. They have spared us no end of trouble at the hands of the Primals. If they seek reinforcements, I deem it unwise to deny them. As for their finances, full many gave generously. And though our nobles proffered a sizable sum, their coin did not spill from the pockets of Lolorito and his cronies. And what of the presence of our stalwart adventurer friend in this endeavor? I doubt the Warrior of Light would betray our cause.
Yes, there is that, I suppose. Yet I have known people to change. Whether we will or no, the events of the age hurl us this way and that, like a dust devil skipping across the sands. Cannot be done about Telechi?
I have explored all avenues available to us, Your Grace. But as Ul'dah law now stands, we lack the evidence to convict him of any crime. To arrest him on spurious grounds would only play into his hands.
He has all but committed treason, and yet we can do nothing? Then what good our government? What worth the royal house? How deplorable this mockery of justice!
Have faith, Your Grace. It is not over.
Okay, so let's go back to Mordona. Not a journey I wish to soon repeat, but I cannot pause the rest. The culmination of all our efforts is at hand. I must see to the preparations for an inaugural ceremony. Thank you for allowing me to monopolize your services line. I'm certain yet the Senate will be relieved to see you free of your other duties. Okay. I am going to save that for later. I'm going back out here and get to... It's weird that you don't get rested experience, like the rested thing here. But whatever. Just go outside. And we'll log out there. And we'll continue next time. I don't even think I'm done with the first patch of quests. I think I still have a shit more to do. I know I still gotta fight Shiva.